everyone, it's Dasher Dave here again, back for another crafty video. So this time we're going to make one of these, which is just a little play on a file, on an index file. We've got a little pocket here. We've got this just slides in and out, and I'm going to show you how I made this, and different ways that you can adapt it and make it your own. So what we're going to need is I'm using 12 by 12 card. You could use, actually I could use, maybe I want to change it and maybe I want to use one of these, one of the wallpapery ones. I don't want to use it if I'm going to lose it, although I can buy more of these. I can't buy more of the 12 by 12s, can I? So what should we use? We shall use we'll use what I've picked, so otherwise I'll be here all day. That's the reason why I'm picking that, so I pick you. So okay, it's all fallen off now. Okay, so I'll warn you, not feeling great, so if I kind of make huge glaring errors, then that's the reason why. So I've got a bit of a migraine, but it's not just a migraine. I feel very, very unwell, just generally. So what we need is, so this measures 6 inches this way and 5 inches this way, and that's because we've got this tab at the top. Now I use this using my tab punch board, so my We Are Memory Keepers tab punch board. But this time we're going to make this so that it is a slightly smaller version, because we're going to use the tab punch that we have. Okay, so the other thing I did was I created a little frame of, instead of just gluing down the sides, I glued a little slither of paper all the way round, or card actually, all the way round, top and bottom. Sorry, not top and bottom, sides and bottom. So that we had a channel that this slid in and out of. That way then it was a bit freer, and you could put perhaps more pieces of card in there without it just being, sometimes when you just fold a piece of card over, it can be a bit snug. Okay, so it just meant that it was a bit freer moving. Okay, so I'm going to do exactly the same again so that I can show you what I did. So we want this to be 6 inches wide. Okay, and we want it to be I'm really sorry for coughing. So this time we want it to be, we're going to just have it at 5, which is going to bring it to about here, because this is 3/4 of an inch, and so we're going to take an inch, a quarter of an inch off. The other reason for doing it like this, instead of just folding it over, if you just fold a piece of card over, your front one will be the right way up, but that you can only use the top part of your front one. If you wanted the bottom part of your front one, then it's going to be the wrong way up if you do it that way, or the back, and then the back will be either the right way up or the wrong way up, depending on what you do. So I'm going to make it as 2 pieces of separate card. So I'm going to do this at, just going to take that very top edge off, because it's just where it's come out of the book, and it's got a little bit of damage to the top of the page. So I'm just going to take that off. Okay, so now I'm going to make this 5. I'm going to make the other bit 5 as well. So we're going to choose which bit we want to use. We want to have that bit, including this bit at the bottom. So again, Dave, no, that's including the top bit, sorry. Told you I'd make a mistake. Told you I'd get it wrong. Told you, didn't I? Told you, didn't I? So it's actually 4 that we want it to be. 6 by 4, that's right, Dave. So we're going to make this with not using a tab board, If you were making the tab board, you'd do 6 by 5 like I've just done, but we're not going to use tab board. We're going to make it so that we're using, we're going to make our own tabs. Okay, so this is going to be my front and this is going to be my back. That's all the other thing you need to choose. And then I'm just going to create a hole in mine. Now you could use a die or you could use a punch. I've got some punches here. That was the one I used last time. Oh, frightened the life out of me, that. The one I used last time. What I'm going to use this time. Shall I use the same thing? Shall I use a different one? Let's use that one. Okay. Put those back in. Cool. Okay, so all I did was I just punched a hole out of one side or t'other. So I'm going to go, shall I go this side this time? Yes, let's do this side. I'm just going to punch a hole out like that. Okay. And then all I did was I took a piece of plastic and I ran it through an embossing folder. Now, I haven't shown you how to do this. I've done that in previous videos. This was a piece of, it's from, it used to be a CD cover, you know, a case for a CD. One of those little Polly Pocket style ones. And that's what I used. Various plastic will emboss, some plastic will, the thing will just disappear, the image will just disappear over time. I've experimented with different types. This one was done with more rigid plastic, so this was done with like the backing that you get on stamps, you know, when you buy a cling stamp and it's the backing of that. But you know, experiment, like I showed you in the video when I showed you how I did that. I'll try and remember to link it. I tried lots of different types of finishes. Okay, so I'm going to put it in. I think I want to have it so that one of those little flowers or rondels or whatever they are is visible. Or I might have two. I might have it like that actually. So yeah, so I don't know if you can see that. So we've got two visible there. So I'm going to cut that to about there. So I'm not going to show you how to do that because, like I say, that is another video that you can go and take a look at. Done it before, and also I don't think I would be able to cope at the moment, so being able to do that. So I did do these off camera, but I don't think I could do it on camera at the minute. So just cutting that down so that it kind of fits in that frame there. Okay, next thing I want to do is I want to just ink it so that it's, because that's sometimes the thing I forget to do. I'm just going to ink around this frame. Gives it a bit of emphasis as well. And just put a bit of ink so it bleeds into the paper a bit as well, so it's not just on the edge. There we go. So that's what I'm going to have it like. So, and then the other things I want to do is I want to ink the edges before I assemble anything. So I do have, like I say, I do have an envelope punch board, but I know that not everybody does, and most people, if you don't have a tab punch, you can certainly create your own tab. You know, you can cut them to shape. You can use your paper rounders to make shapes and things. So we're going to stick this to here. Let's make sure it's up the right way. That way, which is printed, which is embossed out. There you go. So, and then what I did to stick that on with is I just put a bit of my 3-in-1 glue on. Now you can use ordinary glue as well, but well, might have to because I don't know whether this is going to come out now. We have to be shy today, are we? tried to pick something up here, which... Okay. The end is a pin without an end on it, but... There we go. I've just found that the 3-in-1 tends to make a better bond, with, especially because you're using plastic. So just put a little bit around the edge, didn't go over the top. You don't want it to ooze out into the frame. You want it to be tacky as well. So that's the embossed that way up, that's the right way up. So I'm going to flip it over because then it'll be the right way around this time. I just want to make that stick down. Okay, so there we go. So we've got that little kind of pattern on the background. Don't look at my crepey skin on my hands. So move that out of the way because that's the one we've made. So the back doesn't have any kind of embellishment. Certainly you could put in another window so that you could have a window either side, but I'm going to leave it like this. That also looks interesting. I didn't think about it on the last one, but like you can see that writing through here. So what I did to make my little channel was I took a piece of paper, which I think this might be the right sort of size, similar sort of size, doesn't matter if it's not quite, and I literally just cut it down into some narrow strips, and that's because I wanted it to be, the other reason why I wanted it to have a bit of a gap is because you've stuck that on the inside there. You didn't want stuff to catch on that, and it's less likely to catch if it's not completely flattened over like that. So if you just glued round there, it's pushing it flat, whereas if you put a little frame around it, it helps to create a channel in which the journal card will sit. So I'm just going to create these. Don't have to be perfect or accurate or straight or anything like that because they're on the inside anyway. Nobody's going to see them. They won't see the light of day after today. So I'm going to take one of them and flip it over, and we'll work on this one so you can see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to just take my normal glue, put the lid back on that one so it doesn't dry up. I'm just going to put a bit of glue down the edge of there. I'm going to stick that to here. Sort of like that. Like I say, nobody's going to see it again, so you don't have to be worrying about it being perfect. And then you're going to stick this one on here. I'll make that a bit narrower. I'll actually I'll work with what I've got. It's a bit narrow at the bottom anyway, so then I'm going to go up to here. I'm just going to snip it off out there. Bit of glue down it, and then glue that down the side. Try and make it level, Dave. Okay. And then the other bit down this side. I'm just going to kind of guesstimate it, bend it off at the top. So I'm looking for my video. I did put a little short. There's a short on of my Christmas decorations because I put the Christmas decorations up yesterday. So apologies if I've already just said that. My brain's not working. So I did put a little short up of my living room. So some people have asked me if that's like a, what have I put up in my living room or whatever. The video is a picture of me just turning on the spot in my living room kitchen. I do not, my house is very tiny. I have that one floor. I have a cellar which is not livable. It's just a cellar for storing stuff in, and then I have 2 bedrooms, one of which is a craft room, and a bathroom. I do not have any other rooms in my house, so it is quite tiny, so please don't laugh when you see it. I had to start my life all over again after the divorce of me and my husband, so and I've told people recently, I've recently paid off the debt that was left over from that, so I now have a mortgage on my tiny little house, but it's mine, so, well, not just mine, me and the bank own it, so this is going to be the back, which is why I do not make a living out of YouTube. I literally go out to work to be able to make a living, and I haven't monetized my channel. I am going to look at it, because apparently adverts play on it regardless of whether I choose for them to play on it. So I'm not making anything out of it, so I might as well. So I'm going to make some little tabs. So I'm just going to get some leftover card from something. There's bound to be something here. Oh, look, there's these. So this tab punches one side. Some of them, they punch both sides. This punches one side. So what you need to do is you need to fold it over, just so that it's big enough to go in the tab thing. So I'm going to do that, fold that over, and I'm going to. So you put the fold of this and put that up to the base there, like that. And then we'll do another one. Maybe we'll do it that side this time. That. And then we're going to have one for the thing that goes on the inside, and we'll do that out of another thing, but we haven't decided what card we're using for that. So what I'm going to do, this is going to be the front one, so I think I'm going to have that on the front. Have it like that, I think. Okay, might go that way, and then they're the right way up. I'm just going to ink around that. Move that out of the way, and then I'm just going to put this on here. I think I'm going to put that there. Should I put it there, or should I put it there? I'll put it there, just because the window's there, and I was just thinking it's already got some decoration that side. Let's put this side. This is going to be the back, so I want that to be over here, I think. Similar sort of distance from the edge as that one is, but I'm not going to worry about it being perfect. Bit of inking. Open that up and then just put some glue in. That's the back. Oh, let's think that way. Yeah. Had to have a think about that. Sorry. Brain is not functioning. Cannot compute. And then we're going to stick those two pieces together. So, no, not with you can't do it with an ink pad, Dave. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue around this little frame that we've made. I'm going to glue those together. Or we're not going to glue those together because it's going to be a pain. No, we are. We're going to do it. So, glue those together. I don't know why I couldn't do it face up. Be like that. So that's our little pocket that we've created with our window, and now we need to create a card to go inside. So is this going to be too small now? Maybe not. Maybe we'll use this one then. So just going to cut the very top edge of this off, so that it's just loses that. Because you have to remember, now we've made it with a frame, the journal card is not going to be the same size as this. So when you take into account how deep your frame is and how wide we need to cut to, can I have a pencil with an end? I'm going to cut. Oh, see, no, the pencil just doesn't want to play. So, but I've got enough of it, so I can see enough of it, and I'm just going to cut it down. Feel free to use a guillotine or paper trimmer. I'm just going to eyeball it though. Okay, so that's going to go in there, and we're going to put a little thing on the tab. That's the thing. We're going to put a little thing on there. So we're going to put a tab on there. We'll fold it that way. Fold goes into that. That's it. And that's going to be, we're going to ink that. Round, front and back. I'm going to put this there. So I came up with this just from playing, which is amazing that my brain was working enough to actually come up with anything, to be fair. I want to have it so that it's the tab is kind of in the middle of those. So I'm just going to lay that in place. Doesn't have to be perfect, Dave. Don't look for perfection. Not when you're not feeling great. So I'll do that. So yeah, so I was surprised I was able to come up with anything to make with a brain feeling as it is. So going to ink around this. Didn't do that before, so should have done. Obviously you can put whatever you like on the card and decorate it however you desire. But then that should now just sit in there. Please just go in, Dave. Oh, it's glued in. It's glued together, Dave. You glue squeezed out over the edge, and it's glued together over the edge of the little window. There we go. So see, told you it wasn't going to be perfectly in the middle, which it wasn't. So there we go. So it's just a little thing that we've made. So just a little different way of making something with a journal card. And it also looks like you've got more than you actually have. Okay. So then what we can do is we can just decorate this, because we can. Let's see. Might put a little bird on. I know that's got a bird on already. Let's open my bird thing up. Sorry, just giving you a sneak peek of what's coming up in the next video. So I've got my birds out of late, and I'm really loving, I love playing with these birds. Maybe that. They all seem to face the same way. That's the puffin, but like, I don't know, that's going to look ridiculous. Is that too big? Huffin the puffin. Do you know what? I'm going to put that on. Don't care. I don't care. No, I do care, but like, I care too much, that's the problem. And then I might put a little bit of a piece of paper over. Turn this off a bit. Like that. I'll put that on there. Should I put that there, or should I put it elsewhere? I should put it put it over here. I could ground him with that. Do I want to ground him? Yep, maybe I'm going to ground him. Yep. You're grounded. You're not going out tonight. No, sorry, not like that. I was going to say I haven't lost my sense of humour, although not very well, but there are some people that would argue I didn't have a sense of humour. So, oh look, I've obviously snipped his chest at some point. Thought he was going to be that shape. I don't know why. Oh dear. Never mind, Dave. It's all right. We'll utilise him, and nobody will ever know that I accidentally cut him in half. Might just give him a bit of colour so it doesn't look too new. And all these white bits. That's better. I'm going to put that on there. I might give that an ink round as well. Emphasise it being there. I tell you, everything aches as well. Like my eyes ache, my blood aches, my hands ache. That's why I can tell I'm not feeling great. Although there's been a lot going around at work, to be fair. I'm not surprised. And it tends to be people with kids that have been having things, so obviously kids are carriers, because kids mix and mingle, don't they? Mix and mingle in the jingling bean. That's the jingle bell. So, and I don't have kids, so like I tend to get it off the adults. So, I've got my fur child, but like he doesn't tend to give me any of his illnesses. Put that one on like that, I think. And then I'm just going to snip this bit off. Should I snip it off or just curl it round? No, we're going to snip it off. I'm not happy with that. That didn't come off very well. There we go. Much better. So we could have a little word on there, couldn't we? A little word. No, not that. That's not words. Where are the words gone? They're not going to come easy to me, are they? No. Words don't come easy to me. Enjoy the moment. Which I have, to be fair, bearing in mind I'm not feeling great. I have enjoyed the moment, so thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all those people that subscribe and make me feel like I'm not talking to myself. And that I'm, worth it. So, because we all need to feel like we're worth it at some time, don't we? So, especially when you're not feeling great. So there we go. So that's that. So let's get rid of these bits of rubbish and see the wood for the trees. Or see the puffin for the cliff. That honestly, that shelf, that window ledge is is covered in stuff at the minute. So there we go. So that's what we've made. So we've made a nice little index card inside our. Dave, you take these things out on camera and then you can't get them back in again. So. Dave, what are you doing? You've got that stuck now, so there we go. Didn't glue that window down properly. So anyway, there we go. So that's it. So yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed today, and thank you for spending some time with me. I will be back for another crafty video very soon. Probably this is Monday's video, and today it's Sunday for me. So probably on Wednesday there will be one for you, which means that I'm going to be filming one in about 15 minutes after I've gone and got something to drink, checked that the dog's okay, and got ready and prepped for the next one. So thank you very much. Lots of love, lots of hugs. And don't forget, my name is Dash Dave, and I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, folks. See you soon. Bye. Bye.